Hey everybody, it's Kevin Davidson, your host for Kevin's Korner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective, and this is episode number 97. And today I have one guest on the podcast, and it's a good thing that we have one because she's got a lot to talk about today. She's got some new things, a couple of good big things that's happened in her life. So, but first, I always want to start off the podcast by saying that I couldn't do the podcast if it wasn't for Jennifer Smitis, the area president, Caitlin Cornick, Devaney Devon, Van Wynn, Gracie Lagos in Richmond, and everybody that works with us, all of our support staff. You guys, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have a podcast. And at the same time, if you are an agent or a vendor that operates in the Fort Bend County area and you're watching the podcast and you follow it, you subscribe, if you'd like to be a guest on the podcast, give me a call, 832-654-0527, or email me at kevin.davidson@stewart.com. So now let's get started. Episode number 97. This young lady really doesn't need any kind of introduction because if you are on Facebook, social media at all, you've seen her videos. And if you haven't seen her videos, then you're living under a rock. But this is Amanda Richards. She is with the Jamie McMartin Group, a compass company. And introduce yourself and tell everybody who you are.
Hi, I am Amanda Richards. I am a mother of three, a wife. I've got 2 fur babies, and an ex-teacher.
She said ex. Oh, teacher. She didn't. So tell us ex-teacher. So like this was just as of like Friday, a week.
A beautiful week. I just couldn't, taught elementary for 25 years. I did private and public school, mostly public, mostly grades 1 through 5. And I don't know if it's after, I don't know if 25 years is where the 25-year itch comes in. I don't know, but it came, and I was done.
How did the staff and everybody at the school take it?
Good. I'm one of those big believers in, you don't burn bridges.
Of course not.
So I've tried so hard in all of my exhaustion to not burn bridges. And so I had given warning that it was coming. And so when I finally turned in, signed, sealed, and delivered that thing, I got sweet hugs and I got sweet things said. And that's a beautiful thing because you don't ever want to leave anywhere and feel like you've closed a door on something. Mm-hmm. Never say never.
What about, do you have any students, even though they're as young as they are, that are you going to miss or upset that you left?
Yeah. I cry every last day, and I boo-hooed more than ever this last day. I don't know if it was like just a bittersweet thing or what, but I think also a lot of it boils down to, for me, teaching an older grade right now, teaching 4th grade. When they hit 5th grade, you still get to watch them and keep your fingers on them. But then when they go off and they leave that last day of school and they get on that bus and they're going to middle school, whether you're teaching the next year or not, they're gone. Mm-hmm. And you can't watch over them, you can't protect them, you can't take care of them. And it is the most helpless, horrible feeling. And I just, even though I knew I wasn't coming back, I just
still had the same feeling.
I was surprised.
Okay.
But that it is what it is. And I'm an emotional woman.
Yeah, so we don't need to cry here.
No crying.
There's no crying in podcasting.
No crying in baseball? Okay.
No
yes,
crying in podcasting. Let's move on.
Wait, that's what my husband has said. My husband's like, hold it together till we get to the car.
Yeah.
Rude.
So now you've decided, so tell everybody, so you became a real estate agent before you ended your teaching career.
I did.
Why did you decide to become a real estate agent? Why was that the career choice that you chose when you?
Because I would come home a lot from school, I think like a lot of teachers, complaining, whether it be about behavior or just the workload, working hard with like little pay, things like that are very common. But because I'm a very vocal person and an emotional person. I think my husband kind of got tired of hearing it. And so he said, listen, if you're gonna come home and be upset all the time with your job, it's time to change jobs. And I'm like, oh, duh.
That's how that works.
That's how that works. I kind of got a little kind of brought into reality there, and it got me thinking, and I never saw real estate coming. Never even, but there was just this whisper, and it just got louder and louder. And then, you know what? The more I really looked at it and talked to people about it before I jumped in, the more I realized switching from education to real estate is an easy flip.
It's a lateral move.
It just is. They mirror each other in so many ways, and it's a beautiful mirror. And I got to say, you know, teachers work hard. They know how to work hard, and they know how to really dig their heels in and get the job done. And I think that that's a big thing in real estate, for sure. And I think I think if you can teach little kids, I think you can do anything, maybe even heart surgery. So I'm not scared. Let's go.
Well, I tell you what, as much as I like you, I'm not calling you on my next heart attack.
I understand that. That's fine. I wouldn't either.
That's funny. So you chose to be a real estate agent. Now that you're full-time, how excited are you?
I am so excited. I'm like almost like I lie in bed late at night and I'm reading the books that I wanted to finish, like about real estate and about mailers. And whoever thought that I would be like, ooh, I can't wait till everyone goes to bed so I can read the book about how to send out good mailers for real estate. Like who is this person? But I am just that excited.
You've turned into a real estate geek.
I'm a dork.
Yeah, real estate dork. And
I love it.
So you have done a few transactions already. I mean, how long have you actually been licensed?
2 years.
2 years. And so now you're full time. In the transactions that you've done, tell us what do you prefer? You prefer helping buyers, sellers? Are you a leasing lady? What?
I think I might be one of those people who at the moment, maybe where I am in life right now, I love buyers. I love going around and looking at houses. I don't care if it's an hour and a half away. I'm in the middle of doing that right now for a client. I love it. But most exciting to me is when they walk in and they just know it's the one. And they just change. Their face changes, their eyes change, and and I know that the guys can't relate, but it's, for me, I can relate it to like finding your wedding dress. It's like, you know when you know, and there's no going back. This is it, and I'm so excited and in love with it, and that's what they do. And whether it be just a single person or a whole family, it's for me, it's really rewarding. And then if you add on to that they're a first-time home buyer, it's like super magical for me.
So you, the first change we were talking about was you going from teaching to real estate full-time. The second change is, tell everybody about the brokerage move you just made.
Well, I'm super excited about that. And, you know, it's okay if my friends are making fun of me and they're like, you can't figure out where you want to go. And I mean, like, that's not completely true. I definitely have a vision. Like, I'm not just in real estate to help people buy or sell. I'm taking it very seriously as a job, but also as a career. And therefore, I very much have goals, and I very much have these points that I want to meet. And you've got to be at a brokerage that can meet you there, and that can then teach you how to move even forward and be even better. Why do it if you don't want to be better? Same thing is why I want to work with you. I don't want to remain stagnant. And so I have found this Jamie McMartin Group. I was given an invitation to join, and I said yes, 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 yes. And I've had my first onboarding meeting with them, and it was heaven. I mean, they are so organized, and they are so serious about the real estate process and just everything that goes into it. And maybe as coming from a teacher perspective, I so appreciate how organized they are. They've got a way to run every single thing. There's help with this and that, and there's training for that and that. And oh my gosh.
So you feel like you have the support you need to get your new full-time career out there.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
And they're brokered by Compass, right? It's a Compass brokerage. And so what area of town do you specialize in? Do you, not that you won't go an hour and a half away, but
Correct.
what area of town do you think you specialize in?
Well, the Jamie McMartin Group is in Katy, right off of I-10, but I do tend to focus more on the Sugar Land, Richmond, Rosenberg area.
Okay.
That's where I live. That's where I've taught. I taught in Fort Bend ISD and LC ISD for 25 years, so I know the area well. I know the schools well. And so I feel very comfortable and very at home there.
So let's talk a little bit about, because this podcast is real estate from a marketing perspective. What are some of the things you've been doing while you were teaching to generate business and grow your brand as far as marketing goes?
Oh man, as much as I could, having an already full-time job and 3 children, but I do, every week I spent a lot of purposeful energy on anything for social media, especially videos. I am very careful to try to do at least 2 or 3 posts a day on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and then I try to sprinkle some every week into Google Business and what's the one I'm missing? YouTube. And that takes a lot of energy. That takes a lot. I do every month. I knock on doors in my neighborhood, and I try to do at least one event, or at least be at an event, like have a booth at an event, at least every quarter.
Well, the good thing that for me, now that you're a full-time agent, I'll be able to see you at my events and my classes and my
all the time.
No more excuses.
I've got like a list of the ones I can't wait for.
So that's what you were doing up until now. Now that you're a full-time agent, give me a list of some things you'd like to do that you haven't had the time or the energy to do because you were teaching full-time. What other marketing things do you plan on getting into in the next year or so?
Anything, everything, dancing off the ceiling. I don't know.
That's not a marketing technique, but okay.
That could, yeah. I mean, I'm looking at doing so many more events.
What about your CRM?
My CRM, I have worked so hard on.
Mm-hmm.
And you really give a lot of homework, and that's okay, because like for anybody else, that would really annoy the heck out of me. Like, you know, like I'm busy, like I can't even breathe. But if Kevin gives it, it's okay. But I mean, you give me a lot of homework and you give me a lot to work on and focus on for the CRM. Mm-hmm. So, and a CRM if done correctly, is a lot of work. And you know, like so many people don't really even know what that means.
Yeah, but it's a lot of work in the beginning.
In the beginning, it's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Bible in the beginning. But listen, having a well put together CRM and knowing how to use it in a really good platform to put it on, I've definitely learned from you is essential. And now when I really see things in action, I'm like, oh my gosh, I kind of feel bad for the people that don't know.
Exactly. I mean, a good CRM put together the right way is literally an assistant for you.
But it's a lot of work. It is not. I mean, but you get what you put into it.
That thing is not a lot of work unless you have to work for everything. You know?
You do.
And, you know, I mean, the way I look at it is if you don't work for it, then how can you appreciate it?
And be proud of it.
Yeah. So, and I just know that in other aspects of my career. If I didn't have a CRM, I wouldn't be as successful as I was at the time.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's
Yes.
very important. So
It is.
I know you do a lot of videos and stuff and your social media. Do you have or do you plan on getting your own website?
Yes, that is one of the big goals that I have, hopefully coming this year.
Okay.
I really, really want that.
Yeah, and we're not talking about your har.com page.
We are not talking about that.
No, we're talking about a
We're going so much
full-fledged,
deeper than that.
yeah, full-fledged URL that you own on the internet. Yeah, that we can SEO, rank it, post to it, modify it, everything. So
Yes. That
Right?
just sounds wonderful. Yes.
she's so excited.
I am.
So let's talk about a little bit about now that you're full-time, tell everybody out there in the world that's watching this podcast or might see it, especially if they find your content on the internet. I'm looking for a house, or I'm looking for an agent to sell my house. I'm looking for an agent to help me find a property to rent. I'm looking for an agent to help me find my next investment property. I go on the internet like everybody else does to find information, and I find you on the internet.
Sure.
And the content that I found from you instills in me enough confidence that I should give you a call.
I hope so.
And how does that first conversation go?
Well, I'm not the kind of agent that's going to say, goodness gracious, I've got to get this contract to you right now before I even talk to you. That's not me. And that's not how I run my business. Now, there does come that point, and there are legal steps that we have to take with our paperwork. But I think the first couple of conversations need to be introducing ourselves, finding out what your needs are, and therefore me getting to know you a little bit better so I can meet your needs better. Maybe even you getting a better feel of me, and you know, most definitely that we can work together and complement each other, and definitely me be able to get what you need in the time that you want it. But on top of that, being able to, because people are going to come with questions. Well, what's this? And how do you do this? And what about this? And so I think that if we also talk through those questions, the unknown is not the unknown anymore. And maybe it's not as scary, or it's not as, oh gosh, I don't know if this is the right thing. And then when you really talk through it, you know, my goal is to make everyone comfortable and very educated on whatever it is that they decide to do. So they can definitely look in the mirror and say, this is what I want to do, and I really think that I'm doing it the right way. I'm doing it the best way. So
transparency, honesty, clear expectations.
Yes, and I would hope that people would notice that I am most 100% very concerned about their well-being with their decision. And that even if they're thinking of buying, thinking about reselling years later, well, we need to be thinking about that now anyway. Like, I just don't want you to buy. I want you to buy knowing full well that you can then resell, and it will be a beautiful transaction because we've set you up for some of that success already. So we're always looking ahead.
You're trying to create a relationship with your clients that is for life, not for this transaction.
Oh, once you're mine, you're mine. You're my family.
That's very, very interesting. It's not a lot of agents have that kind of attitude about their business and everything. So,
well, nice to meet you.
Yeah, there you go. Now, I have met a lot of real estate agents that were former teachers.
Yes,
and
we're so good at it.
It seems to go hand in hand with the transaction, the transition. So tell everybody how they can get a hold of you.
Well, I'll give you my phone number first, 832-477-7465, and that's my cell. I'm going to tell you, if you leave a text, I'm going to probably get that a lot faster than a voicemail, but you do what you're comfortable with. My email, you can also reach me there, is Amanda, my first and last name, Amanda Richards, Realty at Yahoo. And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Google Business.
Yes. And if anybody doesn't know what Google My Business is a online listing for your company. It's where old people like me used to go to the yellow pages.
It is.
They don't have the yellow
But
pages
better.
anymore. Yeah, but it's electronic and it's online. So if you Google her name, her business page will come up, your Facebook, social media, all that stuff will come up. So give me your phone number one more time.
832-477-7465.
So as you can see, everybody, there was a good reason why I wanted her to be on by herself, because she's full of energy, full of positivity. She's very excited about the future for herself and for her new company. And, so she's going to do a great job. She's already doing better marketing on social media part-time than most full-time agents are. Every time I open up Facebook, something new pops up.
Yay.
So I look forward to helping you in the future and helping you grow. Good luck with your new brokerage.
Thank you.
And good luck with your new career.
Thank you. It's
So-
beautiful.
So if you guys are looking for, she's a fairly new agent, but she has got a lot of education under her, a very good brokerage supporting her now, a lot of good vendor partners like myself that are helping her and that are guiding her. So you cannot go wrong. If you need a real estate agent to buy, sell, lease, or invest, give Amanda Richards a call. Phone number one more time.
832-477-7465.
Congratulations on all the new
you.
cool stuff.
Oh, thank you.
So this has been, I want to thank you for being on the podcast again. This has been episode number 97 of Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. Again, thank you to Jennifer Smitis, Caitlin Cornick, Devin Devin, Van Wynn, Gracie Lagos, and everybody that I work with. You guys are all awesome. And if you want to be on the podcast, you're an agent or a vendor that operates in the Fort Bend County area, 832-654-0527. And I've been saying for the last few episodes, episode 100 is coming up. It's going to be a party.
Oh, I'm there.
I'm going to try and make it a party. So,
What shall I bring?
and if you're a real estate agent and you're not using Stewart Title, shame on you. You guys have a great weekend. Stay dry, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.